I am Ibrahim Traoré, and I stand before you today, not just as a leader, but as a man who carries the weight of a nation's destiny on his shoulders. We are at a critical juncture in the history of Burkina Faso, and I must speak with clarity and resolve. For far too long, we have allowed foreign powers to dictate our paths, to impose their will upon our land, and to intervene in our affairs under the guise of friendship. But now it ends. No more Americans. No more foreign interests meddling in our sovereignty. We are a proud nation, built by the sweat and blood of our people. It is time to reclaim what is ours, our power, our decisions, our future. Our country's destiny will no longer be shaped by others. The time for independence has come. The time for Burkina Faso to rise, unburdened by external influence, has arrived. When I speak of power, I speak of the power of the people. It is not about foreign governments, not about corporations, not about entities that do not understand our struggles. The power of Burkina Faso lies within the hearts of its citizens, in the unity of our people, and in the strength of our determination. My vision is clear: a Burkina Faso that stands tall, with pride in our independence. A Burkina Faso that builds its own future with its own hands. A Burkina Faso that can stand side by side with the world, not as a subordinate but as an equal. We will chart our own course. We will not beg for aid. We will not seek permission to exist or to thrive. We will seek cooperation on our terms, based on mutual respect, based on our values and needs. Those who come to us as true partners will find a willing and strong ally. But those who come with arrogance, with hidden motives, seeking to exploit us, will find no welcome here. We have suffered long enough under the shadow of foreign intervention. From today onward, we will rely on ourselves. The youth, the farmers, the workers, the soldiers, we are all one in this effort. Together we will rise. This is not just a political statement. This is a call to every citizen of Burkina Faso. It is a call to awaken the spirit of resistance, the spirit of self-reliance. The time for waiting is over. We will shape our future with our own hands. To the rest of the world, hear this. Burkina Faso is no longer a passive player in the global game. We are here to assert our will, to protect our land, and to ensure that our children inherit a nation that is free from the influence of foreign powers. We will work with the international community, but on our terms, and only for the benefit of our people. This is my commitment to you, the people of Burkina Faso. We will defend our sovereignty, and we will forge a new path forward, one where our dignity, our freedom, and our power are no longer negotiable. We are Burkina Faso. And we will be strong, we will be proud, and we will no longer bow to anyone.
Ibrahim Traoré, the leader of Burkina Faso, has just delivered a powerful message to the world. His words, "No more Americans," resonated deeply, marking a bold shift in Burkina Faso's political stance. This isn't just a statement against foreign influence, it's a declaration of sovereignty, of independence, and of power. But what does it really mean for Burkina Faso and the world? Traoré's message is clear. Burkina Faso will no longer be dictated to. For years, the country has been under the shadow of foreign powers, militarily, economically, and politically. Traoré, however, has drawn a line in the sand. He's made it clear that Burkina Faso will stand tall, making decisions for itself without outside interference. What Ibrahim Traoré is telling us, in no uncertain terms, is that Burkina Faso is reclaiming its power. This isn't just about military strength, it's about the power of the people, the power of unity. He's calling on every citizen to rally behind a vision where the country stands independently, where its future isn't shaped by foreign governments or corporations with their own agendas. For too long, Burkina Faso has been a pawn in the geopolitical game of others, but under Traoré, there's a new narrative forming. His words are a rallying cry for the people, a call to reclaim the country's dignity, to forge a future on their own terms. The power of Traoré's leadership lies not just in his military authority, but in the vision he's offering to the people of Burkina Faso, a vision of self-determination, a vision where Burkina Faso is no longer reliant on foreign aid, foreign military interventions, or foreign policies that don't serve its interests. This isn't just rhetoric. Ibrahim Traoré is laying down a challenge to the international community. Burkina Faso will no longer be a passive participant in global politics. The country will determine its own path, protect its sovereignty, and act in its own best interests. This bold stance comes with risks. Of course, foreign relations, particularly with former colonial powers like France, will undoubtedly be strained, but Traore has made it clear, Burkina Faso's future will be built by its own hands. It will rise, not because of foreign assistance, but because of the strength and resolve of its own people. In the coming days, the world will be watching how this new phase unfolds. Will Burkina Faso succeed in asserting its independence? And how will the international community respond to this shift? One thing is certain. Under Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is on the path to reclaiming its sovereignty, and the world will have to take notice. And there's one more crucial element in Traoré's speech that cannot be overlooked, his call for unity. This is not just about rejecting foreign influence or making a political statement against outside powers. It is a direct appeal to the heart of Burkina Faso itself. What Ibrahim Traoré is calling for is nothing short of a national awakening. He is not merely telling the world that Burkina Faso will no longer be controlled by foreign forces. He is in essence calling upon the very people of Burkina Faso to rise, to unite, and to take charge of their own destiny. In the face of decades of instability, foreign interference, and internal division, Traoré understands that true independence does not simply come from removing foreign influences. While rejecting external meddling is necessary, it is only part of the equation. The real challenge lies in what happens next. How a nation that has long been subjected to foreign agendas can rediscover its internal strength and solidarity. True independence, in Traoré's view, does not come from simply saying no to foreign powers. It comes from building a nation where every citizen feels a shared sense of purpose, a collective responsibility to their country, and an active role in shaping the future. This call for unity is not just about avoiding outside control, it's about fostering an environment in which the citizens themselves, every single person regardless of their background, role, or profession, become the bedrock upon which the country's future is built. This means that unity in the context of Traoré's message is far more than just symbolic. It is the foundation for self-reliant stability and growth. In his speech, Traoré calls upon all sectors of society, the youth, the farmers, the workers, and the soldiers, to stand together because they all have an essential part to play in the nation's reconstruction. For Traoré, the youth represent the future of Burkina Faso. In many African countries, youth make up the largest portion of the population, and this demographic is often disillusioned by the failure of previous generations to provide the opportunities, education, and economic stability they deserve. Ibrahim Traoré understands this frustration, and he speaks directly to the youth, encouraging them not just to take ownership of their future, but to actively participate in shaping the course of their country. The message to young people is clear: you are not the next generation waiting for a better tomorrow. You are the generation that will build that tomorrow. Your energy, your ideas, and your determination are the driving force that will carry Burkina Faso forward. But Traoré's vision goes beyond simply addressing one demographic. His call for unity encompasses all sectors of society, and this is crucial. The workers, the farmers, and the soldiers of Burkina Faso are all vital parts of the nation's identity. The farmers, who till the land and produce the food, are the backbone of the economy. They are the ones who feed the nation, yet they often lack the support, resources, and recognition they deserve. Traoré, by invoking the importance of the farmers in his speech, acknowledges their critical role and asks them to unite with the rest of society in shaping the future. The workers, who labor in factories and industries to produce goods and services, also play a central role in the economic and social development of the country. Their contributions are often underappreciated, but Traoré makes it clear that they are integral to the success of Burkina Faso. He is essentially telling them, your hard work and dedication are not only valued, they are essential to our survival as a nation. The soldiers, the defenders of the nation's sovereignty, also have a unique place in this vision of unity. The military in Burkina Faso has played a significant role in the country's politics, and while Traoré himself comes from the military, his call to soldiers is not about reinforcing a military dictatorship. It's about creating a national defense system that works for all citizens. The soldiers are being asked to be more than just protectors of the state. They are being called to serve the people, to ensure that the country is safe, secure, and united in its quest for self-determination. When Traoré speaks of unity, he is talking about building a collective identity that transcends individual interests, political parties, and regional divides. In many countries, including Burkina Faso, there are deep divisions based on ethnicity, region, or political allegiance. These divisions have often been exacerbated by external powers seeking to exploit these differences for their own purposes. Traore's message is a counter to this divisiveness. He calls for unity not just on a superficial level, but at the deepest level of society, at the level where every citizen, regardless of their background, must feel a sense of collective purpose. For Burkina Faso to become truly independent, the people must put aside their differences and focus on what they have in common, their shared love for their country and their shared desire to build a better future for themselves and their children. In this speech, Traore emphasizes that the power of the nation lies in the hands of its people. This is a direct challenge to the long-standing narrative that power lies only in the hands of the elite or those with access to external resources. It's a challenge to the historical dependence on foreign aid, foreign military intervention, and foreign economic support. Traore's message is simple. Burkina Faso has the resources it needs to thrive. The land is fertile. The people are capable. The nation has everything it needs to build a prosperous, sustainable future, but only if the people come together, united in their purpose and resolve. Unity, in this context, is not merely about getting along with one another. It's about mobilizing the nation's collective resources, human, natural, and financial, in a coordinated effort to build a stronger, more resilient Burkina Faso. This is about creating a vision of self-reliance, where the country does not have to wait for foreign handouts or outside intervention. Instead, Burkina Faso will rely on its own ingenuity, labor, and resources. The people will become the architects of their own future, deciding what is best for their nation and taking the necessary steps to make that vision a reality. This call for self-reliance is perhaps the most powerful part of Traore's speech. It is not just a rejection of foreign powers. It is an embrace of the nation's own potential. It is a call for the people to believe in themselves and their ability to overcome the challenges they face. Traore's message is about empowerment, empowering the youth, the workers, the farmers, and the soldiers to take control of their future, to build a nation that is strong, independent, and united. By speaking directly to the hearts of the people, Traore is reminding them that they do not need to rely on others for survival. They do not need to depend on foreign powers, foreign aid, or foreign intervention to succeed. They have the power within themselves, within their communities, to rise above the challenges they face. Only through unity, working together, side by side, regardless of their differences, can Burkina Faso become the nation it was always meant to be. In closing, Traore's message is one of hope, determination, and, above all, unity. It is a vision of a country that no longer looks outward for solutions, but looks inward, finding strength in its people and in its unity. It is a call to action, a reminder that the future of Burkina Faso is not in the hands of foreign powers, but in the hands of its own citizens. Only by coming together can Burkina Faso achieve the sovereignty, prosperity, and peace it deserves. And that is the essence of Traore's vision, an empowered, united Burkina Faso standing strong on its own. And with that, the message is clear. The time for change has come. Now let us hear from the man himself, Ibrahim Traoré, who stands at the forefront of this revolution.
I do not ask for your allegiance because of my uniform, nor because of my position as a leader. I ask for it because we are all Burkina Faso. Every one of us has the power to make this country rise from the ashes. We have the strength, the resources, and the will. We are not defined by the years of struggle we have endured, nor by the forces that have sought to keep us down. No, we are defined by the fire within us, the unwavering desire to forge a path of our own, to reclaim our sovereignty, and to build a nation that we the people are proud of. We must now choose, do we continue to rely on the whims of foreign powers? Do we allow ourselves to be dependent on those who do not have our best interests at heart? Or do we stand united as one and decide our own future? The choice is ours, and it is now. We have been kept in the shadows of others for too long. We have been told that we are not strong enough to stand on our own, that we need others to lead us, to help us, to fix our problems. But I say to you today, we are more than capable. We are not weak. The strength of Burkina Faso lies in its people, not in the hands of foreign governments or corporations. The strength lies in our unity, our resolve, and our collective will to shape our own future. Our land is rich, our people are skilled, and our hearts are full of determination. What more do we need to succeed? Look around you at the youth who are eager to see a new world. They are full of potential, filled with ideas that can transform our nation. Look at the workers, the farmers, the soldiers. Every single one of you plays a vital role in the future we are building. It is not just the elite who will determine our path, but every person who believes in the power of unity, of coming together for a cause that is greater than ourselves. We all have a part to play. We must realize that our future is not in the hands of others. We can no longer be slaves to the interests of foreign powers who have their own agendas and who view us only as pawns in their global games. No, we will take the reins of our future. We will define what it means to be Burkinabe. We will no longer wait for permission to rise. The world is watching, and they will see us stand tall, united and sovereign. We must rise together, every citizen, every family, every community. This is not just a battle for political independence, it is a battle for our dignity, our identity, and our future. The time for change is now, and it starts with us. United, we will decide our fate, and we will rise.
The message that Ibrahim Traoré delivered was one that shook the very foundations of our society. It wasn't just a political address. It was a call to arms, a rallying cry for every Burkinabe citizen to rise up and reclaim what is rightfully theirs. And when Traoré spoke, he didn't just speak as a military leader or a politician. He spoke as one of us. He reminded us that he wasn't asking for our loyalty because of his uniform, his rank, or his authority. No, he was asking for it because we, the people of Burkina Faso, are the true strength of this nation. Traoré's words hit home because they weren't just about military or political power. They were about something much deeper. He didn't want us to follow him because of his position. He wanted us to follow because we all have the power to shape our own future. All of us have the ability to pull this country out of the shadows, to rise from the ashes and forge a path that is ours and ours alone. He reminded us that Burkina Faso is not defined by its history of struggle or the forces that have sought to tear it down. It is defined by the spirit of its people. It is defined by the fire that burns in the hearts of each citizen, a fire that refuses to be extinguished by the weight of foreign influence or the suffering of past years. He told us that it is time for us to choose. We must decide whether we continue to rely on the whims of foreign powers who have long seen us as pawns in their geopolitical games, or whether we stand united and claim our own future. The choice is ours, and it is now. This is a defining moment in the history of Burkina Faso, a moment where we as a people must decide what kind of country we want to be. Do we continue to be dependent, waiting for others to fix our problems, to tell us what to do, or do we take our fate into our own hands and rise together as one? Ibrahim Traoré's call was a powerful one. The choice is ours, and it is now. For too long, we have been told that we are weak, that we cannot stand on our own. We have been made to feel as if we are incapable of achieving greatness without the help of foreign powers. Traoré rejected that notion completely. He reminded us that the true strength of Burkina Faso lies in its people, not in the hands of outsiders. We have the resources, the determination, and the unity to rebuild this nation ourselves. All that we need is the will to make it happen. Our land is rich with natural resources. Our people are skilled and capable, and our hearts are full of determination. What more do we need to succeed?
When you look around, you see it. You see the youth who are full of hope, ready to build a new world. You see the workers, the farmers, the soldiers, each one of us with an important role to play. We cannot afford to leave this burden to just a few at the top. No, this is the work of everyone. Every citizen of Burkina Faso has a part to play in this journey, in this fight for our future. The elite may have their power, but it is the people who will make the difference. Whether you're in the fields or in the factories, whether you're on the streets or in the schools, each one of us must rise up. This is not just about politics, this is about the collective future of our nation. Traoré's speech went beyond politics. He was reminding us of something fundamental. Our future is in our hands. We cannot continue to let foreign powers dictate our destiny. For too long, we have been pawns in the hands of others, caught in the interests of foreign governments, multinational corporations, and outside forces that have never had our best interests at heart. Traoré spoke directly to that. He made it clear that it is time for us to stop being slaves to external influence. We can no longer wait for others to determine our fate. No, we will take control of our own destiny. We will not wait for permission to rise. We will not wait for others to give us the go-ahead to stand up and be strong. We will rise on our own terms, and we will do so with dignity. This was a challenge to the world, and a challenge to ourselves. The world is watching, and it will see us stand tall. The time for change is now, but this change will not come from the top down. It will come from the ground up. Every citizen, every family,
Every community has a responsibility to step forward, to play their part, to build the future we want to see. Burkina Faso's future is not a gift that can be given to us. It is something that we must create together. Traore made this clear in his speech. It is a battle for our dignity, for our identity, and for our future. We cannot let others define who we are any longer. We must decide who we are and what we want our country to be. We must decide whether we are going to be independent, sovereign, and strong, or whether we will continue to be subjugated to outside forces. This is not just a political battle. This is a cultural, spiritual, and emotional battle. It is a battle for the soul of Burkina Faso. We have been misled, we have been exploited, but now is the time to reclaim what is ours. We must rise together, united in purpose, united in resolve. Our strength lies not in the powers that seek to control us, but in the unity we create within our own borders. The youth, the workers, the farmers, and the soldiers. Every single one of us plays a vital role in this journey. It is not enough to rely on one individual or one group of people to lead the charge. No, this is the work of a nation. It is the work of all of us. Ibrahim Traoré's speech is a call to action, a call to arms, not with weapons, but with unity, with purpose, and with a shared vision for the future. We must understand that this is our moment. This is the time for us to come together and choose our future. The time for waiting, for hesitation, has passed. If we want to see a new Burkina Faso, one that is strong, united, and sovereign, we must act now. The power to change is in our hands. Together, we will rise.
Brothers and sisters, I ask you to look at the world around us. Look at the forces that have sought to exploit our people and our resources. They have taken so much from us while giving nothing in return. They have built empires on our backs, taken the wealth from our land, and left us with nothing but the scars of their exploitation. But that era is over. We will no longer be a source of cheap labor. We will no longer be a place where others come to take what they want and leave us with nothing but the ruins of their greed. It is time to turn the page. We have everything we need within us. Our land is rich, and our people are capable. We have the knowledge, the skills, the resilience to create the future we deserve. But it requires us to believe in ourselves, to trust that we do not need the approval of others to succeed. We must take our destiny into our own hands, and we must never allow anyone to tell us that we are not enough, that we cannot stand on our own 2 feet. This is a time of reckoning, a time where we must ask ourselves, do we want to remain in the shadow of others, or do we want to stand in the light of our own strength? Do we want to continue being dependent, or do we want to break free from the chains that bind us and create a future that we, the people of Burkina Faso, can shape ourselves? The answer is clear. It is time for us to step forward, to unite, and to take control of our future. We will not wait for permission. We will not wait for validation. We will create a nation that is ours. Look around you. Do you see the power that we have at our disposal? The unity that can emerge when we come together, when we set aside our differences and work toward a common goal. Look at our youth, eager and full of potential. They are the heart of our nation, the driving force that will push us forward. Look at our workers and our farmers, the ones who make this land thrive. Their hands hold the power to build our future, to create an economy that does not depend on the whims of foreign powers, but on our own hard work and ingenuity. And let us not forget our soldiers, our protectors. Their courage is unmatched, and their dedication to our land is unquestionable. But it is not just the army that must fight for Burkina Faso's future. It is every single one of us. The struggle is not only one of military might, it is a struggle of will, of strength, and of determination. It is a struggle of unity. Some may ask, why now? Why is this the moment? I tell you, brothers and sisters, the moment is now because we have waited long enough. For too long we have relied on others. We have waited for others to help us, to guide us, to lead us. And where has that gotten us? Nowhere. We are still standing in the shadows, still waiting for permission to live on our own terms. This is our time to claim what is rightfully ours. We have the power to create the future we deserve, and it begins with each of us standing up and saying, I will be part of this change. This moment is not just about rejecting foreign influence, it is about reclaiming our identity. We are Burkinabe, and that means something. It means strength. It means resilience. It means standing tall in the face of adversity and refusing to bow to anyone, regardless of their power, their wealth, or their influence. We will not be intimidated, and we will not be controlled. We must build a nation where every person is free to thrive, where every citizen has the opportunity to contribute, to lead, to dream. This is not a dream for the few. This is not a vision reserved for the elite. No, this is a vision for all of us. Every single person in Burkina Faso has a role to play in the future we will build. We are not weak. We are not powerless. We are strong. And the strength lies in our unity. We will no longer accept the status quo. We will no longer accept a future where we remain dependent on others. The time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. It is time for us to stand together, to fight for what is ours, to build a Burkina Faso that is strong, independent, and sovereign. This is not just a political struggle. It is a struggle for our dignity, for our freedom, for our future. Together, we will rise. Together, we will stand strong. Together, we will win.
The words of Traore resonate deeply within the heart of Burkina Faso, reflecting a vision that is both revolutionary and deeply personal. His speech speaks to a country that has been subjugated for too long, a people that have been exploited and robbed of their rightful place in the world. But his words are not only a call to action, they are a reminder that the power to change lies within each and every one of us. For far too long, foreign powers have come to Africa, taken its resources, and left behind destruction. They've told us that we are not capable, that we cannot stand on our own, that we need their guidance, their resources, their influence. But Traore's message is clear. This era of dependency must end. When he says we will no longer be a source of cheap labor, we will no longer be a place where others come to take what they want and leave us with nothing but the ruins of their greed. Traore is directly challenging the narrative that has kept Africa in a state of submission. He is reminding his people that they are not tools for someone else's prosperity, that their value does not lie in being exploited. This is a declaration of independence, not just from foreign powers, but from the idea that Burkina Faso is a nation that can be dictated to. The speech calls upon the people of Burkina Faso to believe in their own power. Traore doesn't ask them to place their trust in external forces, but to place it in themselves. He believes that the country's land, people, and potential are enough to secure a prosperous future. We have the knowledge, the skills, the resilience, he says, emphasizing that true success and growth will come not from dependency, but from a renewed sense of self-belief. This is a message for everyone, whether you are a farmer, a soldier, a teacher, or a student. You have the power to build this nation. The key to Burkina Faso's future lies in the hands of its people, and it is they who must come together to shape it. The unity he calls for is a unity of strength, of shared purpose. Look around you, he says, urging his people to recognize the immense potential within their own borders. The youth, the workers, the farmers, they all have roles to play in this future. The power of Burkina Faso is not in the hands of the elite few, but in the collective will of its citizens. Everyone, regardless of their social standing, has the ability to make a difference. Their hands hold the power to build our future, to create an economy that does not depend on the whims of foreign powers, but on our own hard work and ingenuity. In this statement, Traore is making it clear that the nation's future is not for a select few to decide. It's for the people of Burkina Faso to decide. For Traore, this is not just about political independence, it's about reclaiming identity, reclaiming pride, and reclaiming the future that has been stolen. We are Burkinabe, and that means something. It means strength. It means resilience. These words speak to the heart of what it means to be Burkinabe. It is a call to remember the history of resistance, the strength of character, the courage that runs through the veins of the people. For too long, external forces have tried to define Burkina Faso. They've tried to label the nation as weak and capable, dependent. Traore's vision is to reject this notion entirely. He wants the people to reclaim their own narrative. Burkina Faso is strong because its people are strong. The people of Burkina Faso, in Traore's vision, are not a collection of weak individuals. They are a nation of builders, of dreamers, of people who can create something great. And that greatness lies not in the hands of foreign powers, but in the unity of the people. This is why unity is the core of his message. The future of Burkina Faso is not something to be given to them. It's something they must take, together. The rhetoric of independence is central to this speech. It's a refusal to accept the status quo, a refusal to accept that the country must remain dependent on others. It's a call to stand up and demand what is rightfully theirs. The people of Burkina Faso have been waiting for too long. The waiting is over. We have the power to create the future we deserve. These words are not just a statement, they are a challenge to the people to no longer sit back and wait for permission to rise. No more waiting for the approval of foreign governments or multinational corporations. It is time to take action, to take control of their future. This speech is more than a political declaration, it is a moral one. It's a reminder that a nation's worth is not measured by its reliance on foreign aid, but by its ability to stand on its own feet. The people of Burkina Faso must understand that their future is in their hands. No one will build their future for them. It is time for us to step forward, to unite, and to take control of our future. And that unity is not just about fighting a political battle, it's a struggle for dignity, for the respect that has been denied to them for so long. The struggle is not just about rejecting foreign influence, it's about reclaiming the very identity of Burkina Faso. The people are not just fighting for political sovereignty, they are fighting for their right to be seen and respected by the world. For too long, they have been overlooked. For too long, their potential has been dismissed. Now Traore calls on them to rise, not just for the present, but for the future generations who will inherit the world they create today. In his closing remarks, Traore reiterates the urgency of the moment. This is not a distant battle. It's a battle that must be fought now. The time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. This is the moment when everything changes. The people of Burkina Faso cannot afford to wait any longer for someone else to lead them out of their struggles. They must lead themselves. They must unite, not just as individuals, but as one collective force. Together, we will rise. Together, we will stand strong. Together, we will win. This final call to unity is the essence of Traore's speech. The path forward is not one that can be walked alone. It is a path that requires each and every person to step forward, to take responsibility, and to contribute to the creation of a nation that is independent, strong, and free. It is not just a political struggle, it is a struggle for dignity, for identity, and for the future. Traore's words are a powerful reminder of the strength that lies within a nation when it unites behind a shared vision. His message is clear. The people of Burkina Faso are capable of achieving great things, but only if they come together, reject dependence, and reclaim their destiny. The time for change is now. The future of Burkina Faso lies not in the hands of foreign powers, but in the hands of its people, and if they rise together, there is nothing that can stop them.